work on this, okay? We're going to work on this. We're going to move on. Unfortunately, people on the internet are very, very creative in evil ways. And one family is being tormented by total strangers online. We're going to talk about that when we come back.
The sergeant on duty just said, remember her beautiful smiling face.
Within days, accident scene photos showed up online. The most horrific were of Nikki's newly decapitated head.
Every time I look at a computer, I fear that I'm going to see the photographs of my daughter.
Why would anybody want to share such horrific, graphic pictures?
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil.
I don't want to end our relationship. I just don't want to be married.
Is your spouse having a midlife crisis?
Are you seeing other women?
No.
There's not anybody in America that believes that.
That's tomorrow.
It's a twisted case of alleged revenge on Long Island. A mother is accused of posting a sexually suggestive ad on Craigslist, urging older men to call a 9-year-old girl who had a fight with her daughter.
Clinical social worker Marjorie Tannenbaum of Hauppauge allegedly giving sex-seeking men a 9-year-old child's phone number through a Craigslist ad.
Topping our news this hour, the man who solicited the rape of a Nashona County woman through an ad on Craigslist was sentenced in district court just moments ago.
The judge sentenced Stipe to 60 years to life in prison.
A West Hartford man facing serious charges tonight.
The man who lives in this house is accused of posting a bogus sex ad on Craigslist, advertising a sexual encounter at a neighbor's house. The 41-year-old is now facing a slew of charges from harassment, reckless endangerment, and criminal liability for sexual assault.
We're talking about the internet. It's wonderful and it's terrible at the same time. There's something called trolling. Anonymous users bombard victims with offensive photos, messages, or abuse. Now, Christos and Leslie experienced trolling at its absolute worst. I just have to tell you, this is the most disgusting thing I believe I have ever heard, and it just gets me so upset I can't even tell you.
Nikki was a free-spirited, polite, sweet young lady. Absolutely a great daughter.
She was always surprising us and amazing us. She wanted to teach her sisters how not to make any of the mistakes she would make growing up.
The accident was October 31st, 2006.
We had lunch together. Krista said, all right, I'm going to go to work. Nikki went upstairs to take a shower, and I just saw the garage door slam shut. She drove away, smiling and almost like, I'll be right back.
My wife called me. In my gut, I felt like something had happened to Nikki. I drove to where the accident was. While I was standing there, they were actually lifting up the car, and I fell to the ground. They painted a picture for us that Nikki had severe head trauma. The sergeant on duty just said, remember her beautiful smiling face. That's the way you need to remember her.
Within days, accident scene photos showed up online. The most horrific were of Nikki's newly decapitated head. The pictures got out when at least one California Highway Patrol dispatcher emailed them to friends. From there, they spread like wildfire.
Somebody had put up a MySpace page saying that they were Nikki. Everybody in our family received these photographs through MySpace. Very close-up colored shots. They were really intense and graphic.
Nikki's been called some of the worst names I think anybody could call any individual. Everywhere from that deserved to die to a whore. When people are trolling, I wonder if they really realize the things that they're saying is about someone's child.
The photos have been on thousands of websites. Every time I look at a computer, I fear that I'm going to see the photographs of my daughter. I guess I would have said burying my child was the hardest thing I'd ever had to do until I saw those photos and saw what happened to her.
Why would anybody want to share such horrific, graphic pictures with other individuals? I think the saddest thing for me is I still hope that Nikki's going to come home. And I still hope that that day's going to come.
Well, first off, I can't be objective about this. It's sick. And I am so very, very sorry that y'all are being victimized like this. It's just horrible. So employees of CHP did this.
Yes.
They let them out. Have you been able to get the pictures off of the internet in any way, Christos?
No, not at all.
Why not? You don't own the pictures,
We don't own the pictures. California Highway Patrol own the pictures.
Can they not assign you the copyright so you can move on them?
We've been attempting for several years to get the copyrights. They won't even respond really at this point. And we've tried to go to the websites themselves and
what do they say?
Some of them have been cooperative, but for the most part, they tell us to take a hike.
When you see these pictures, what does it do to you?
I get angry. I'm really struggling with my anger. I have anger towards a lot of people, not just the internet, but with the California Highway Patrol and their lack of cooperation. And every time we turn around, there's something else on the internet that's, you know, just harmful towards us.
Well, let's talk about that for a minute. I want to share what some of these people are saying so the viewers understand the gravity of what we're talking about. Are y'all okay with that?
Yes.
One is, ooh, I'm here, Daddy. I'm a dead whore. I'm a stupid bitch. These are sick people that have no capacity for empathy. I want to share what some of these people are saying so the viewers understand the gravity of what we're talking about. Are y'all okay with that?
Yes.
Before I put it up, we made a list of some of those things, and I understand that you've been through this list and you're okay with it being posted here, right, so people understand what's going on. Because I don't want anything new here. I don't want to add to your suffering in any way.
Right.
All right, then let's have the graphics so you get the nature of what's going on. One is, ooh, I'm here, Daddy. Then you can just read them. I'm a dead whore. I'm a stupid bitch. I was so happy I raped her corpse over and over. I'll let you read the rest of them. I just don't even coming out of my mouth. I can tell you from a psychological perspective, these are sick people that have no capacity for empathy. Keith Bremer is Christos and Leslie's attorney, and he's been fighting an uphill battle to have these photos taken off the web. Keith, it's almost impossible, is it not?
So we have experts that we work with that assist us in trying to identify who these people are that are posting these. Sometimes we have success in finding out who they are, and then we can write them letters and identify that if they don't remove it, that, you know, we'll go after them civilly for what they're doing. And sometimes we have success. A lot of times we can't identify who's actually doing that posting, and there's not much we can do. So then we have to go to the portal and ask the portal to remove that.
And I assume that a lot of these people they're basically judgment-proof anyway.
That's absolutely right. Yeah.
Danielle is one of Christos and Leslie's daughters. She says that it scares her that the pictures are out there. Well, what is your reaction to this? I'm sorry that you're having to deal with it.
Thank you. It's, you know, it's hard for me to just like look at anything. Sorry.
Does it change your memory?
Yeah, it does.
We did contact CHP to participate in the show. They declined and sent us a statement, which we'll post up on drphil.com. I hope and pray that this doesn't overshadow your memories of your daughter. Just look at her. This was one of the most delightful vibrant young women women you could ever want to know. I mean, I'm sorry for your loss and for what you're going through since then. If you're involved in this, even peripherally, even just sharing it like gossip, where you just say, wow, and send it on, you don't want to do that. You don't want to be in this chain. Because when we think about this wonderful girl, let's think about what we're seeing right there. Let's not think about anything else. We'll be right back. You know, parents out there, we need to be computer literate. We need to know what's going on with our kids, because let me tell you, they're so much better at this digital world than we are, and we have to close that information gap. In the course of the last hour, we have received 16 emails, 42 phone calls, and 51 text messages in response to the ad that we put out. So if you think that these predators are not out there spring-loaded to victimize young children, to victimize innocent families, they are, and that means we need to protect ourselves. There's going to be a whole lot more about this on drphil.com on how to do the internet safety and keep people around. Thank you so much, Robin Sachs, for telling us your wisdom about this. We're going to stay on this topic to help you protect these kids. Thanks for being here so long.